What is up, internet people? Ninja Nick 333, and we are back yet again with the Pokemon Regional Championships in Arlington, Texas. This is round 15, I believe now. We're getting there. It looks like we're having some sort of Lost Box deck versus some sort of Inteleon deck. Tyler Matthews versus Noah Yoshida. So we'll just see how this plays out. Make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you can keep seeing these as they go live and whatnot. Check out any of the previous rounds if you did miss out on those as well. The reason we are doing this is because we think Pokemon's commentary is at least equal to mine, if not slightly worse. So looks like Tyler manages to win the coin flip, and he is going to go first, getting the Battle VIP pass down, which is pretty great. It looks like he may be playing specifically Giratina, because I did see a Grass Energy in there. He has got a lot of shiny secret rare energies, I can tell. Yep, I do see a couple of Grass Energies, so I would not be surprised to see a Giratina V-Star in the future. But it looks like he is going to get a Comfey and a Radiant Greninja. That's probably the ideal two things to battle VIP pass for first turn in a Giratina deck. Greninja allows you to draw extra cards. Comfey allows you to essentially draw extra cards while also putting things in the Lost Zone. Oh, actually, no, he's not playing Giratina. He is playing the amazing rare Rayquaza. This is a very interesting deck. That thing can hit for like 320. It's pretty absurd. So yeah, the goal of his deck is to Mirage Gate a whole bunch of energy down onto a Rayquaza that are all different energies and just hit really hard. Although, since this is a, looks like some sort of Inteleon deck that he's going against, it may be a little unfavored in the prize trade, because he's going to have to work so hard to get knockouts on these Inteleons, while Inteleon can just hit 120 and also snipe as well. So we have to see if Noah is playing a like full-on Palkia deck, or if it's just like a straight Inteleon deck that plays like Articuno and the Emergency Jelly. We've got 3 in the Lost Zone already, it looks like. We are going to use the Monkey. We are to stack a good card to the top of the deck. That is a Pink Monkey, the secret rare Pink Monkey. I prefer the Trainer Gallery artwork for myself, as opposed to all these secret rares. I'm not really a big fan of the secret rare cards. They're just too shiny. And it looks like it may just be the straight Inteleon with the Articuno Emergency Jelly, because we do see Articuno to get discarded here. The Articuno's not going to be doing very much in this matchup. You're just going to I guess, be chaining Inteleons, I would assume. We do also see a double Inteleon come down, so this is going to be a pretty hard matchup for Tyler to try to win, because Noah is extremely favored here. If Tyler plays Path to the Peak, he'll definitely have outs to this, but if he does not play Path to the Peak, what's he going to do? And it looks like he does play Palkia as well, so it is the Palkia Inteleon version, but he's just got the double Inteleon. So very interesting to see that. It looks like he's going to, instead of keep calling, he's going to retreat into the Inteleon, which is definitely favored. If Tyler has some sort of gusting effect or way to bring up that Sobble and knock it out, like, at least he had to work for that. But it would have been nice to see at least one more Sobble down from Noah. He does have the Drizzile in hand, so as long as that Sobble stays alive, he will be perfectly fine here. These Comfies cannot do anything right now while that Inteleon is active. Yeah. Since Radiant Greninja does have a rule box, Inteleon does not stop it. Inteleon actually blocks the abilities of all basic single prize Pokemon that do not have a rule box. So even though Greninja's a single prizer, it does have a rule box. So, and it looks like we see the Raikou come down as well. So that's going to be a very, very good thing to have in this matchup. Pretty much everything in Noah's deck should be Lightning weak. So the Raikou, if he can get that charged up, will be able to just take 2 knockouts in a row. He'll be able to knock out like an Inteleon and a Sobble, or an Inteleon and put 120 on a Palkia. So he'll be able to take essentially 6 prizes in 2 attacks potentially, if he can get a choice belt down on it. We also see the attachment of the metal energy to it as well, so you definitely know that that's the route he is going for. Unfortunately for him though, since that Inteleon is active, he was not able to use any of his comfy abilities. And he also will not be able to attack with Cramorant either. We do see the Marnie being searched out by Noah by using Drizzyle's Shady Dealings. Cannot wait for this line to be rotated. Not that it's broken or anything in my opinion, but I just want to see some new cards, man. Every time it seems like we see new cards, it's just so broken that the other stuff before it just doesn't work. Like even Inteleon is being power crept at this point, but if we could just like rotate it and get something different in here, that would be kind of fun. But rotation's not until like April or something now. Normally it's in August or September, so they pushed it back pretty far. I think to get it in line with Japan, really. But Japan's rotation is in like January, so I know we're always 3 months behind them on set releases, so I guess we can be 3 months behind them on rotation too, instead of 5 months ahead. But we just see the Capacious Bucket. He attaches an energy and passes. Tyler is still going strong. He's been able to play 2 Chorus's Experiments in a row. Even without the ability to use those comfies, he is still stacking up that Lost Zone. This will put him up to 7 cards in there. Looks like he's deciding to get rid of Heavy Ball and Rayquaza. Rayquaza is probably fine to get rid of. You really just want to, I guess, keep recycling that Raikou and going in heavy with that. It's just way too much of an investment to charge up the Rayquaza. We do see Training Court come down as well. He'll be able to keep cycling back energies, and he does get the Lightning that the Raikou needs. He's playing it slow and steady, but that's perfectly fine. Noah's... This is the problem with playing the double Inteleon, even playing a single Inteleon, is that just having that sit there, like, you're not really accomplishing much yourself. It does need like 3 hard energy attachments. I mean, you could get 1 in with a Melanie potentially, but it takes you so long to just get Inteleon powered up, and then every time you attack, it loses an energy to the bench. So it still gives the Comfy engine time to, you know, go ahead and do its thing, even without the Comfy abilities. So it looks like he's quick balling. Puts the quick ball back in his hand and then plays it again. He didn't complete his first search, so it's fine. He does get the Radiant Greninja. He is going to Evo Incense. He gets the Palkia out, so he will be able to use Palkia's V-Star power at some point as well to be able to charge up this Inteleon. So he's actually finally getting going now. Took him a little bit of extra time though. It would be very nice to see a Sobble come down here. And he gets the boss's orders to bring up that Raikou. So now he's going to be able to knock that out while also you know, keeping the abilities locked here. So this is the ideal turn for Noah here. He is charging up the active Inteleon. He's choosing whether or not he wants to charge up the benched one as well, or if he just wants to put all the energy on the active. I think putting 1 on the bench is fine, because then If you attack with the active one and get like escape roped, you're just 1 energy away from attacking with either one. Looks like he's contemplating putting it on the Palkia instead. I think it's correct to just move it to the Inteleon. I think on your next attack, you can move it to the Palkia. Or better yet, to the Greninja. And we do see the concealed cards yet again from Radiant Greninja. And I'm not really sure how Tyler can come back from this already. Noah's got him pretty locked out of the game already. The Ordinary Rod comes down, but with that ability lock from the Inteleon, how are you going to get this thing charged up like that? The Psychic Energies and the Fighting don't really matter. You might want to... Well, you do have the Training Court too, so... Looks like he's going to elect to put a Fighting back in as well, along with that Lightning. And then you can always search for that Raikou and then use the Training Court to get the metal back and reattach it. But unless you have the a switching option, which it looks like he does have the Scoop Up Net, and he's discarding a switch card as well. It's going to be hard without a Mirage Gate in order to charge up this Raikou. But, you know, even if he can charge up this Raikou, all that he really needs to do is just knock out this active Inteleon and put 120 to the bench one. And if he also plays Path to the Peak in his deck, he can then attack with Cramorant on the next turn and knock out that next Inteleon. And then all of a sudden the game is swung completely back into Tyler's favor. We do see the Raihan actually going in, and he's putting that Metal Energy on there. And he's already readying up what he's going to get. So he's getting the Mirage Gate with the Raihan to get the 2 different basic energies that Raikou still needs. And he'll be able to use Scoop Up Net or something to get Comfy out of the active. And he is going to be applying insane pressure already. So while Noah's last turn was absolutely fantastic, everything he could have asked for, it looks like Tyler also had a fantastic turn with everything he could have asked for as well. Yeah, it looks like he has Air Balloon and Escape Rope as well. So I think you just, use the Air Balloon to retreat. He still hasn't used the Training Court yet, too, so might as well use that to get another energy back. Looks like he's going for the Fighting. I'm not sure it really matters whether it's the Fighting or the Psychic. Either way, it doesn't really work very well on any of the Pokemon that you have in play. He is able to attach an energy, so he could always just attach to the Radiant Greninja or to like a Comfy, the other Comfy that doesn't have the Air Balloon, so that it could potentially retreat if it has to. It wouldn't be a bad idea, but he's just going to elect to hold on to it, which also is fine. And the second Inteleon comes up. Where did the bench damage go? Did he not do any bench damage? Oh no, he knocked out the Sobble. So he took 3 prize cards. I missed that. I'm like, he looks like it's 1 short. So yeah, that is still perfect. He's able to keep the options from Noah down so that, he can't evolve into the Drizzile or the Inteleon again. He didn't, as I said before, it would have been really great if Noah was able to get another Sobble down on one of the previous turns, because that would have essentially avoided this situation that he's in right now. So he has a, looks like a pretty dead hand. It's literally just all Inteleon pieces for half of his hand. He does have an energy, so he will be able to one-shot this Raikou yet again. But, I mean, Tyler just took 3 prize cards, so unless you're able to do something like a Marnie, it might be entirely possible for Tyler to have the exact same turn yet again, if he can Ordinary Rod yet again. But it looks like he does have an Ordinary Rod in his Lost Zone, so it might not be possible for him to get another Raikou into play next turn. Ordinary Rod is coming down off of the Irida it was grabbed. Yeah, the Irida grabbed Sobble and Ordinary Rod. Ordinary Rod is going to be putting some Pokemon and energies back in. Again, it would be nice to see one more Sobble come down, because if Raikou is able to get going again, that Sobble is going to die. And then you're going to lose the game, actually, so I guess it doesn't really matter if another Sobble comes down. But we are going to see it. Yeah, so the ideal turn for Tyler will be to just recycle that Raikou one more time. We do see Energy Recycler in his hand. I'm not really sure what else there. We do see it's still just 7 in the Lost Zone for him as well, so he can't attack with Sableye. But that is, I mean, he's close enough to where he can, since there's only one Inteleon in play, he can use the escape rope here. So I think I would have liked him to see a different promotion so that he can... Oh, he just used, I thought for a second he used Comfy, but no, he used the Radiant Greninja. I would have liked him to see promote something else so he could put this Air Ballooned Comfy up. But it might not matter as long as... Well, he'll probably put up the other Comfy here. Yeah, this is a rough spot for Noah now. I mean, he has the double Inteleon, but I've been preaching since people were trying to hard counter Lost Box when it first was printed. It's like, double Inteleon doesn't do it. You just, yeah, but you play Escape Rope and it still works. You play Path and it still works. But I'm sure that double Inteleon must have worked out for Noah at some point, because he is 10-2-2 here. So it looks like we're still deciding on what we want to Lost Zone. Can't really tell what that is. Maybe a Switch Cart? I can't. It's so hard to tell. Do see a Scoop Up Net, so it looks like it didn't matter what he promoted, because now he'll still be able to retreat this Comfy into the other one after he reuses it yet again. Looks like maybe Sableye and Scoop Up Net he's looking at right now. It would be really great to get an attack in with Sableye this turn, but it looks like he is just going to Lost Zone that. Yeah, if he's able to get the Sableye going, he can just knock out both Sobbles and still be in a absolutely fantastic position. It's just, how are you going to take your last prize is the hardest question to answer here. He does have the Mirage Gate in hand and a Quick Ball, so if he's able to see another Ordinary Rod or a Clara, I suppose, if he has either of those in his deck, that would be really great to see. Looks like Quick Ball, away Battle VIP Pass. What is left in his deck? Yeah, it looks like not much. I do believe that's a Comfy is that other Psychic Pokemon. So he might have to charge up this Rayquaza to be his last attacker of the game. So you need to attack with Sableye here and take the double knockout on the Sobbles, and then for your last attack of the game, you Energy Recycler and Mirage Gate in order to power up this Rayquaza. You have, I think he has at least 3 Mirage Gates available to him. It looks like, I think 2 of them, at least 1 were in his hand right now, and I know I saw 1 in deck. So he's just going to make sure there's a variety of different colored energies in his deck, because that Rayquaza is going to be his out to finish up this game. Yep, so he's going to put 5 different basic energies that are all secret rare back into his deck. As we all know, making sure your deck is as blinged out as possible does make it so that you are much more skilled than normal, right? No, that's just a joke I always like to say. It looks like he does put the Rayquaza down. He is going to just start charging it up now. I don't think he'll be able to attack with Sableye, though, this turn. So, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think he has the Sableye available to him. I think he just Lost Zoned that one, and now he's gonna... Or no, he does have one in hand. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with the benching of the Rayquaza this turn. I think that I would have preferred to see the Sableye attack and knock out the 2 Sobbles while he had the chance. because the next turn those Sobbles are very likely to be evolving. You know that he has the Drizzile in hand. I don't think his hand has been Marnied since he played the Scoop Up Net a couple turns earlier. And now we are seeing the Sableye as well. And a boss's orders. Oh, here we go. So now we see the boss's orders bringing up the Inteleon and knocking that out. So now not only does that knock out the Inteleon, taking it out of play, it also takes 2 prize cards, so Tyler only needs 1 more to win, which means that Sableye is able to just come out and win him the game here. So, the key is there a way for Noah to be able to power up this Greninja now? Remember how I said earlier it would be really nice for him to be able to attack with it? Greninja can take, not only can it take 2 prizes, but it can remove the Sableye off that bench. So what Noah needs to do is evolve that Drizzile, and he needs to use that to get another Drizzile. So that, actually, I guess getting the other Drizzile doesn't matter, because he's only at 1 prize left now. Yeah, so he's going to Evo Incense to grab literally anything, I guess. It doesn't quite matter at this point. Yeah, Noah's in a pretty big predicament here. He is going to have to take a knockout, but that Sableye on the bench, looks like there is at least 1 Psychic Energy in Tyler's hand, so he has the game locked up if Noah can't do something like a Marnie this turn. It looks like he's going to use the Evo Incense. He's going to get a Drizzile. I think you have to get the Drizzile and play the Marnie here. Yeah, use the Drizzile to get a Marnie. I know that your hand is stacked with, like, Inteleons and stuff, but I think that you just have to go for that. Go for the Marnie. Tyler does have a lot of cards in his hand. You want to make sure that he is not able to get the Psychic Energy that he needs. So minimize the amount of cards that are in his hand. If he has Roxanne, that is even better. But of course, since the Inteleon is no longer in play, he won't be able to just like hard retreat into that and just hope that that slows Tyler down a turn either. Looks like he's just getting another Evo Incense, so he either didn't have the Roxanne or the Marnie left in deck. Looks like he is going for the Raihan instead. So he does have the ability to attack with the Radiant Greninja, so this is good. Unlike Melanie, Raihan can actually charge up this Radiant Greninja. Since a knockout was taken last turn, he can put another energy from the discard pile onto that Greninja, and now he can snipe 2 bench Pokemon. So he is of course going to take the knockout that is required on the Sableye, as well as the easy knockout on the Comfey to limit Tyler's draw options. We do see another Ordinary Rod in his hand. I think that you should have played that first. Or no, is that Escape Rope? No, it is Ordinary Rod. I think I would have played that first, then used Greninja's concealed cards. Oh, and he just has enough with the Rayquaza, so it doesn't matter. I was thinking that he needed to still attack with the Sableye here, but no, he had enough resources left to be able to charge up that Rayquaza 1 more time, and that was the game. So Tyler wins a wonderful game 1. And, you know, Noah did everything he could, but it's just not a good matchup for them. Even with the double Inteleon, it's still unfavored. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't even play a single Inteleon, honestly. I just don't think that they do enough for the matchup, and you can see just from that match there, Tyler was in control the second that Raikou came down the second time. And he didn't even need it. He didn't get any use out of it the first time it was down. So imagine if he was able to get full use out of it both times he benched it. If he was able to conserve benching it until later. And that's really the only thing that the Inteleon was able to do, was make it so he could knock out the Raikou the first time. Otherwise, it would have just been way better to be attacking with something like the Radiant Greninja to be able to take 2 prize cards. We never saw the Manaphy come down from Tyler. So either he doesn't play it, or he just didn't have the bench space for it at that point. It looks like Noah also gets a mulligan as well here. So really not looking good for him at this point. Already lost game 1. You're more than halfway through the timer. And you mulliganed. The prizes for Tyler are not bad. He does have 1 Rayquaza in there. Usually the deck plays 2, I believe. He only has 1 basic energy, and it's not like 2 of the same color, it's just 1 single one. So honestly, not bad on prizes. Could be so much worse. And we're gonna see if he gets that Inteleon start as well. And Noah almost puts his prize. It's so easy to put your prize cards in the correct location instead of on the stream. Triple Irida for Noah, along with a Scoop Up Net and an Inteleon here. That's pretty scary. And oh, did he start with a non-basic Pokemon? Yeah, I think the stream jitters accidentally had him start with a non-basic Pokemon like a Palkia V-Star or something. So that is an additional mulligan. That's probably just a warning. That's not serious enough to be the cause of any double prize card penalties, in my opinion. That's a easily fixable game state. Okay, so he does not have triple Irida prized, but he does have Radiant Greninja and 2 Water Energies and a Sobble prize. Some of these Palkia lists only play 1 Sobble, only play 3 Sobble as opposed to 4. And if you are trying to fit in double Inteleon, dude, I can't even find room for 1. So you got to be playing 3 Sobble. I would hope, honestly, in order to fit the double Inteleon in there. We do see the turn 1 Capacious Bucket after starting the Articuno. Articuno, I don't even really know what its attack does besides the paralysis. I think it's like 50 or 70 or something, so the damage for that might not be very relevant. He probably didn't want to start that. He probably would have preferred to start like maybe the Radiant Greninja, which of course is prized. So if he plays Heavy Ball, he's going to definitely want to get that Radiant Greninja out of his prize cards. He does have the... Oh, does he want... Oh, are you really? Oh, God. His hand must be awful. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, so he's going in with the Drapion with an Attach and considering putting down the Choice Belt and then decides not to. I mean, yeah, I think that you just put down the Choice Belt. You know that he's not playing any... Tyler's not playing any V Pokemon. And if he is, it's like a Drapion himself, so... The fact that he's charging up this Drapion here on Noah's side is already the writing on the walls that this match is probably already over. And with only 22 minutes left, do you really think Noah's going to be able to pull this game out from this position that he's currently in and then also be able to win a game 3? I don't think so. Oh, and the Raikou comes down and just an Attach and an Oranguru and a Pass. So Tyler's start is not that great either. But at least it's not Noah's. And it looks like Noah might have drawn a Battle VIP pass for turn, because I do see one in his hand now, and he did not play that last turn. So just very unfortunate. I always hate when turn 2 I draw a Battle VIP pass, and of course it does happen all the time. Looks like he is going to use the Evo Incense just to thin a card out of his deck to make his draws somewhat more live. If he does draw a Sobble, that also gets him to a potential supporter on a following turn. So he's already looking like he's going to end up being 3 turns behind before he's able to do literally anything. Yeah, he's thinking on what he wants to do. He is going to Ice Wing, and it is 70 for Wild Freeze for 2 Water Energy, where it does 50 to itself and paralyzes your opponent's active. So Articuno, I mean, while it's not a great attacker here, is definitely pretty okay with what your start is already. It's better than nothing. So he did hit for 20. Looks like Tyler just goes for a pass as well. He's not really seeing anything either. So it's just Brick City from both players here. And somehow Noah is actually pulling ahead. He managed to do it by just attaching energy cards. Unbelievable. Yeah, he's considering whether or not he wants to play Boss's Orders. I think you do. I think you bring up, yeah, the Raikou, and you can two-shot that thing. And also three-shot yourself in the process. Yeah, you want to make sure that that thing does not stay in play, so... Not sure why. Oh, he's paralyzed as well, that's right. That's really funny. Yeah, so he's going to use a Rangaroo here again. He's going to put the Raihan on top of his deck. Oh yeah, he turned it the wrong way. Paralysis is clockwise, not counterclockwise. Oh! And that Oranguru gets him the Colress's Experiment. And that is a very easy banishment there of that Battle VIP pass to the Lost Zone, since it's no longer turn 1. And just has to choose one other card. Looks like he's got Mirage Gate, Quick Ball. I can't really tell what the other two cards are. But all of a sudden his hand is a lot more live than it was before. I think you keep that Quick Ball and you get a Comfy and just have that for next turn after you get knocked out. Looks like he's going to Lost Zone the Lightning Energy as well. So we do have the Quick Ball. Again, hopefully he's going to get the Comfy. Oh, and he has Scoop Up Net. Oh, so he can scoop up that Raikou and be able to go straight into the Comfy. This is absolutely glorious for Tyler all of a sudden. If that's all he has, though, I mean, the Articuno is going to return with a one-shot on the Comfy, but, I mean, now that you've got things going, finally, I think it's worth it for you. I don't think Noah's going to be able to come back from this at all at this point. I mean, Noah was 3 turns behind, but Tyler was only like 2. So... Yep, there is the Comfy. We're going to see. Looks like he might be... Oh, yeah, he's using Escape Rope, even. That's kind of dirty. Not sure if I would... Well, I don't know. I think I would have wanted to scoop up the Raikou just in case there's another Boss's Orders, but either way, I guess it really doesn't matter. I guess you're not really afraid of the Raikou getting knocked out if the Drapion is active. That thing has, I think, a 3 retreat. It has at least a 2 retreat cost. So that's just a lot of energy investment, especially when you just need attackers at this point. Yeah, so another Quick Ball gets rid of a Galarian Zigzagoon to get another Comfy. And now we see the Scoop Up Net going for another Comfy. So now we might be able to... Oh, that's an easy choice. You get 2 Scoop Up Nets off of that. So he's seen all of the Scoop Up Nets now. He has 2 in his hand. So he's going to be able to scoop that up. He's going to Comfy again. And all of a sudden, he's cycled pretty dang hard. I believe that's a Chorus's Experiment and a Grass Energy. I think you just go ahead and Lost Zone that Grass Energy, because you need that Chorus in order to keep going. You are also so far ahead that it's just perfectly fine. He's able to retreat using the Psychic Energy and just hit for 110 with the Cramorant. I almost said Cramomatic, and then I tried to fix it and almost said Cramorant. So yeah, so now Noah draws yet another Battle VIP pass, and that is the flaw in playing that in your deck. Sometimes you just don't draw it turn 1, and you draw it turn 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Well, not 6. You can only play 4 copies. And here comes that Chorus's Experiment that he got off the Comfy the last turn. Looks like he might be considering getting rid of yet another basic energy. But again, I think that you are so far ahead at this point that it doesn't matter if you get rid of those or not. Especially if you only leave 1 of each color in there. I think we are at 7 now, so he can Mirage Gate as well and get that Raikou going. And honestly, if he can get the Raikou going right here, he is able to win the game. He will take 3 prizes, knocking out both the Drapion and the benched Articuno. So he will be able to win by bench out, essentially. And a second Mirage Gate, and there goes the grass, and now he can just hard retreat and attack with Raikou. Amazing shot and win the game. So congrats to Tyler. Both players played a really great game 1. Noah's deck just kind of crapped out on him in this game too, so that it was just not even really a game. So yeah, that is it for round 15. I will see you guys in round 16 when we get to that one. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you're following me on Discord and Twitter and all that good stuff. All that stuff is linked down in the description below. And I will see you guys next time.